Beats Planet.
What's happening? What's up? Blue Flame, Essential Workers. We appreciate you. I heard the wings good too, and all that good stuff. What's happening, y'all? We got Voch, the Lombardi, cooling, chilling. Evie over there, she mad at me, but she'll be all right. What's good, y'all? So everything kind of gets pushed back a day, but that's fine. I know that y'all are very patient people. We got some things to talk about today. So I'm not doing a mock draft in particular. I don't do them but one time, once a year. Mock draft version 1 point only is what I call it. That ain't what that is today. But if I see a mock draft here or there, then, I may take it amongst myself to make fun of it. I got 4 today. I got 1 from Walter Football, and I got 3 from NFL.com. Brother Joe Sandberg told me to take a look at one from the NFL.com website. So I got that pulled up. Haven't seen it, so you'll be getting my raw thoughts and reactions as I go to it. I might want to set that up in OBS while I'm being all casual here. I might want to set that up. It's kind of cold in Texas. It's like 30 degrees in Texas. But like 2 days ago, it was like 50 degrees in Texas. And like next week, it's going to be 70 degrees in Texas. So y'all pray for me there. You know, just dealing with that. But let's talk some draft, man. This is the Lombardi's draft talk. So like I say, let's try to keep this thing as on task as we possibly can make it. I got some things that we can touch on. Let me pull up my little situation here. Let me pull up my little action list here. Twitter Brandon got a gun now. So shouts out to Twitter Brandon. Anime Dog Fan also has a gun now. Shouts out to Anime Dog Fan. All right. I know Davey was asking how do you become an admin? The problem if I say the things that I'm looking for, if I share the criteria, then anybody could just act and become, you know what I'm saying? And then things will get kind of convoluted there. I got to kind of figure you out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got to test the waters a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For example, Iverson would be a good admin, but she don't feel like working. She's just like showing up and listening. You know what I'm saying? She could be doing other things while I'm talking in the background. So I don't make her one. You see what I'm saying? Like it's different things that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? No slice to her or anything, of course not, but just certain things that we're looking for. But let's kind of get going. Trevor Lawrence had a pro day today, and it was kind of weird because it ain't like Clemson had a pro day, but like Trevor Lawrence had a pro day. So I don't know. I don't know what Amari Rodgers gonna do. I don't know what ETN is gonna do. I don't know what those handful of cats on defense are gonna do. But Trevor Lawrence just kind of showed up and threw the football today. And it seemed like everybody just kind of showed up to North Carolina. South Carolina? Clemson is in Carolina. And everybody flew to Carolina to watch Trevor Lawrence do what they knew Trevor Lawrence was going to do anyway. So that just kind of is what that is. He looked like Trevor Lawrence, man. You know, and this thing isn't over until April. I got plenty of analysis to go, but I still think Zach Wilson might be a little bit. I still got Zach Wilson as my quarterback one, but it's not official. Now, when I come out with the video quarterback rankings and I got Zach over Trevor, then it's finished, and I'm just gonna stand on that. But I'm not standing on that now because I still got a lot more time to go in the process. I expect, frankly, football Brandon and Nick Gashler to hey, there's Nick Gashler right there. I've seen a little bit. I expect Nick Gashler and Brandon from Frankly Football to touch in today because I kind of hit them with some Illuminati shit, and I want to know their thoughts on that topic that we talked about. So if they call in, we'll talk to them. All right. But if y'all want to call into the show, because this phone is always wide open, the number is 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. If anybody in the chat box asks you, how do I call into the show, then we'll just have a good collective laugh at them because it's really hard to miss at this point. You know what I'm saying? In my thumbnail, I was like, the whole Watson, Wilson, Watt thing. It shouldn't be much change, but somebody on Twitter asked me about it. So if anybody wants to ask me about how does that affect the draft, I mean, you can. I put a poll up on Twitter because I'm getting into my movie bag because I'm older and I just respect movies a little different. So if you had a problem and you needed one person to solve it, would you call Luca Brasi or Winston Wolf? I think that's an interesting question. So if you have a football question and you want to answer that on the back end of your call, you can answer it if you want to. So also, how about this? Yesterday on Scoutcast, right? Me and brother Jeff had a long discussion about the new corner that people been kind of just touching on a little bit, Kelvin Joseph from Kentucky. And yesterday I was like, hey man, I might like him more than Patrick Surtain and Caleb Farley. I kind of watched a little more film on him today. I think I for sure like him more than Patrick Surtain and Caleb Farley. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that there's much. I don't think that there's very much doubt in my mind about that anymore. I put that dude up there. You know what I mean? And I talked about it yesterday on the Scoutcast with me and brother Jeff. And I know sometimes y'all be wanting to, like to hop in and get your thoughts, but it'd be kind of weird to have a guest and then run phones. I run phones really well by myself. You know what I mean? That's just a chemistry workflow decision. You know what I mean? I can work phones really well by myself. I don't know if I'm very good at it with a guest. It may be something we'll do one day in the future, but as of now, we don't do phones when we do guests. But I don't have a guest today, so if y'all have a comment, y'all want to touch on that, you want to talk about the whole Kelvin Joseph conversation. If you want to, whatever it is that you want to say, man, we could talk about it. And after that. We may just wrap the show up after that because there ain't gonna be much else to talk about. Y'all might just fuss at me after that. But we gonna look at this mock draft right now. Let me play this war call so I can take a sip of water real fast. You know what I'm saying? Let me just. I wasn't through sipping, so let me just. That's refreshing, man. I tell you what, man. When you little, water trash because your body is predisposed to liking sugary shit. But after you play football or get old enough to cut grass or just do shit in the sun, boy, water is gold. And, I'm going through my little workout phase. So, you understand what water mean to me. You know what I'm saying? All right. Voch, what happened to pouring water in the mic? We do that during the season. At the W's. We lost a lot of football games this year. We ain't earn it. we ain't earned that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a lot of water pouring going on there. Let's take a look at these mocks, man. Let's take a look at these mocks. So I need to go here. And I hate getting on Walter Football because they be having like 1,000 ads. Like, bro, like, I can't even navigate your website because you got 100 ads on your damn situation. You know what I'm saying? I need to go to window capture. Internet? Internet? No, I don't know that. Like, window capture. Yes. There we go. Chinese checkers. All right. I'm going to move you up and around. This is fine. This is good to go. This is all right. We got a purple app, a State Farm ad, a Wharton ad. I don't even know what none of this is. All right, let's boogie. This is from Walter Football, and I don't trust Walter Football at all. It's crazy. Like when you first getting into your draft like process or whatever. Like you trust people a lot more, like you trust Matt Miller when you first get into it, like you trust Walter Football and them and dang Jeremiah when you first get into it. Jay-Z said we look up to Billboard when we was young. Now we look at Billboard like is you dumb. That's how I feel about a lot of these draft guys, man. I don't really be trusting Walter Football like that, but I just kind of use them as a resource to know who I need to be looking for. You know what I mean? So when I do my own research, we just kind of boogie as is. But nah, my dude, nah. The Unknown dropped 15 in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. Doski Woski, all that good stuff. Let's run this. Let's swoop past this Lego commercial. What the fuck is going on? Let's see. Jaguars take Trevor Lawrence. Of course they do. They're trying to sell me skinny greens. Truly shine from K Jewelers. A safety of field goal. This they book. This they book. Boy, I will just roast your website for 5 seconds, boy. If you don't get this non-athlete off this damn paperback book. Made from old recycled postcards. If you don't get this off my screen, Jesus. All right. Justin Fields number 2. Interesting. Devontae Smith, 3. All right. Zach Wilson. Okay, quarterback 1 went 4. Okay, cool. Penei Sewell. All right. Kyle Pitts to the Eagles. That'll give me a good little laugh on draft day. You say so. Jamar Chase to the Lions. Makes sense. Parsons, Phillips, Slater. A quarterback is missing. And that means we get right brick on my brick, I believe. So where's Trey Lance go? Where did Trey Lance go? Slater, I'm fine with that. Jalen Waddle. So Trey Lance went 12th. So in my mind, why didn't Carolina and Denver take Trey Lance? The Panthers had an atrocious defense. Did you see Teddy last year? As they sorely miss Luke Kuechly, they need to find a replacement to fix their putrid linebacking core. Looking like a great next linebacker to come. Looking like the next great linebacker to come out of Penn State. Michael Parsons is very productive. That was not a surprise, as Parsons is highly athletic as a 5. Okay, cool. So in my mind, if Carolina is in the brick race, pardon me, if they called about Stafford and they're really trying to go hard at Deshaun Watson, what makes them think that if Trey Lance is on the board, they would just go Michael Parsons? I don't know, my G. I don't know. I'm not here for it. But Jalen Phillips, this is interesting. Now, I dropped a Jalen Phillips film session earlier, and I did kind of talk among the idea that there's a edge 1A, edge 1B, edge 1C conversation with Ojulari, Kwity Paye, and Jalen Phillips. In my mind, that's kind of what's going on in my ranking life right now. So interesting to see Jalen Phillips up here at 9. I would love to see what the other mocks have as their first defensive end off the board. Because if it ain't old buddy, old pal, then it's very interesting that they're that the media people finally starting to shake this up a little bit. Waddle to the Giants, Trey Lance to the 49ers. I guess so. Elijah Vera Tucker to the Chargers. That makes sense. Barmore very early. Barmore 14. You say so, player. My mic is loud. Everybody, is my mic loud or is his headphones turned up real loud? Y'all let me know and I'll fix it accordingly. I don't have headphones in. I'm just kind of talking. So y'all let me know what's going on with my microphone, and I'll fix it as you tell me what's going on. And you know what? Greg Russo to the Patriots. Let me tell you something. The Patriots can't draft. So that shit makes sense. The Patriots make plenty. Look, them being a bad drafting team, them being the ones that get Russo makes a lot of sense for me. Fair enough. Marcus say his ears big. Hey, chat box. Hey, chat box. What y'all think going on with Venice's audio? Was his Venice Blue Dead? What y'all think going on with his audio? You think his headphones too loud? Somebody said his ears too big. What else y'all think going on with his audio? I'm just interested to see how y'all deal with this. Caleb Farley went 16. So let me scroll back because that's something else I want to get people prepared for. We need to be ready for the idea that the people that y'all think going top 10 may not even go top 10. They may fall a little more than that. So we just need to be aware. And that's probably because Kyle Pitts went 6, and I didn't expect that. I don't expect that to be a thing. I don't expect Parsons to be at 8. That's not a thing that I expect. And Jalen Phillips is there at 9. So that means Surtain, Farley, and somebody else is falling pretty bad right now. Maybe it's Lance that fell. So yeah, it's Lance, Farley, and Surtain not even in the top 16. So that's interesting. Well, let me move this out the way and then click the button. I can't even see my button. What a button at? What a button at? I can't see it. Okay, here we go, because I got to hit this button. All right, cool. Cool. Damn. I closed it. I'll go back. I'll fix it. Because I'm up here trying to read the comments because y'all I'm up here trying to look. I'm up here trying to read the comments. And yeah, somebody said somebody's hearing aid. I gotta look. Hold on, I'll be back. Wait a minute. Let me pull this back up. Did I go to? Wait a minute. Because I love comments, man. Comments make this thing really, really fun. Let me go to Instagram. Boom, boom, boom. Walter Football, first round continued. Yeah, 17 through 32. There they are. All right, then I'm going to go back to OBS, and I'm going to put you back on the screen. All right, cool. Let me pull up my comments, see what y'all was talking about. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see something. His headphones loud and cheap. That's turn his hearing aid down. He listening too hard. He hears sign language. Oh, goodness. What you mean he can hear sign language? Oh, goodness. Okay. All right, cool. Here we go. Moving on. Nah, man, Vin is cool, man. I think I've seen him before. I don't remember seeing him often, but I think I've seen him before. He cool. It's just, turn down your audio. You straight? You ain't got to have the volume up on loud and tell me turn my mic down. We good. Let's see. Here we go. Look at all these. Look at everything that they're trying to sell us on these people's website, man. I'm never coming back to watch football again. Oh man, shouts out to you, man. Shouts out for being a good sport, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Quiddy Pay went 17. He's one that's falling. Interesting. Jeremiah Wosu Koromora. Interesting. He went 18, and there's your Patrick Surtain Jr. pick. What's the difference between Junior and the second? If anybody got answers, can somebody educate me on that? Darisaw went 20. J.C. Horn 21. Ugh. Xavier. So what I'm realizing is that it's like no matter what mock I'm looking at, all my favorite picks, they go later. All my favorite picks go in the 20s. And everybody I don't like go early. I don't understand. Sam Cosmi shouldn't be on this page here. He shouldn't be. Morig at 25 makes sense. I like Basham at 26. Leatherwood. So you gonna draft Cosmi in front of Leatherwood. And I don't even like Leatherwood. Honestly, but whatever. Javon Holland at 28. Let me just hit the war call one time, because if Javon Holland go 28, that means somebody important is falling to us. Let me just hit the war call. Please, somebody that's not my team. Anybody that's not my team, please take Javon Holland so my team won't even think about it. I don't even want to think about it. Weaver and Nixon, they just stopped trying. Let's look at these articles that they're trying to sell. They're trying to sell some Viagra here. They're trying to sell some... Hey, yo, Robbie, you an older gentleman. You ever clicked on one of these links for the Viagras, bro? I'm sorry. Rob, I'm sorry. Rob, I'm lying. Something I bet about Robbie, though. Robbie grew up around a lot of black people, and he was probably the only white dude amongst his black friends. So I bet Robbie can roast the shit out of somebody. So I'm gonna leave Robbie the hell alone, man. I bet Robbie got jokes. Anyway, Brother Joe Sandberg told me to hit up the this little mock, because there's gonna be something interesting in this little mock. So I guess I'll take a look at this little mock from the Chad. What's his face? Chad. I'll prepare y'all for his name here. Chad Reuter. Draft analyst. He don't look like somebody I could trust. He sells insurance. He don't do mock drafts. Look at this cat. You can't trust that guy. 10 in the super chat. How do you see Joseph fitting in Dallas? Joseph can fit anywhere. You're talking about what's his name? Kelvin Joseph, cornerback from Kentucky. I think he can fit anywhere. So it ain't just a Dallas thing, but appreciate your super chat though. if he's there at 10, I could see him going before then, but you never know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's move on and take a look at this insurance salesman's mock draft and see what he got going on here. Let's see what he got going on here. He got Trevor Lawrence 1. Oh, he's doing trades here. Okay. So Carolina traded up to get quarterback 1 and take him second overall. Okay, that's fine. Panay Sewell went 3rd. Justin Fields went 4. So this Kyle Pitts thing really gonna be a thing then, huh? This Kyle Pitts thing is really gonna be a thing for real. Like So let me just kind of put this in context, right? Say you're a team that's, you may be in the right brick on my brick race, right? And you're looking for, quarterbacks to fall to your spot so you could trade out that pick to get more picks or whatever. You kind of want Kyle Pitts to go early for a couple of reasons. One, you don't want to be the team drafting Kyle Pitts. In my opinion, I don't want to be the team drafting Kyle Pitts. I think we're going to end up drafting Kyle Pitts. That's going to make me sick. You don't want to be the team drafting Kyle Pitts, and it just kind of bumped guys down the board. You know what I'm saying? It just bumps guys down the board. So if there's a quarterback on the board when I'm drafting, I'm gonna be excited because I'm trying to trade back to get more picks. You understand? Aiden says I'm anti Kyle Pitts. I'm not anti Kyle Pitts. I'm anti tight end in the top 15 picks of the first round. That's what I'm pretty anti. So yeah, Kyle Pitts to the Bengals is a terrible idea because Joe Burrow needs offensive line protection. Let me read this. Pitts is a top pass catcher in the draft with Panay Sewell off the board. Cincinnati will wait until rounds 2 and or 3 to get him some help on the offensive line. So let's see where Rashawn Slater went. Let's just kind of cheat around and see where Rashawn Slater went. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this goofy ass mock draft. Yeah, I don't even want to look at it no more. I don't even want to look. If y'all want to see this dude, this insurance agent's mock draft, he said Russo to Dallas. I'm gonna go ahead and move on. If y'all want to look at his draft, y'all can go look his draft up. I'm not looking at it. I don't want him to have no more no more click. Don't even click on it. He don't need the clicks. He don't need the clicks. I'm not even gonna get down to no, sir. Russo at 10, you don't deserve the rest of this thing. Not going to be able to do it. I don't want to see your second round, sir. I want to see Bucky Brooks and Zerline. I really don't trust them neither, but we going to see. Who is this? Now this is Bucky. This is Bucky here. Trevor Lawrence 1, Justin Fields 2, Jamar Chase 3, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields 2, Jamar, Zach Wilson, Panay Sewell. I'm assuming that somebody's hearing something about this Kyle Pitts, this Kyle Pitts going top 10 thing. I'm assuming somebody's been talking about this. Interesting. If the Eagles hope to revive Carson Wentz's career, they about to trade him. They must upgrade the weapons around him. Pitts is a playmaker with the capacity to create mismatches as a hybrid wide receiver tight end. Remember, Zach Ertz in his final year of the contract. Must trade rumors. So what happened to what's his face? What happened to Goddard? This is crazy. This is crazy. The Eagles need all kind of shit. But then it ain't my team. I don't care. Carolina gets Trey Lance, which makes more sense than the other little drafts or whatever. Broncos get Surtain. Cowboys get Farley. Whatever. Greg Russo gets and you know what? I don't too much care who the Giants pick or whatever, but Russo shouldn't go here. Russo should. And you know what though? Look at this. Denver Broncos description, right? Coach Vic Fangio know he needs more cover corners to contain high-powered offense in the AFC West. Surtain is an elite cornerback with a refined game that can make him a star from day one. All right, cool. Let's look at somebody else. Let's look at okay, cool. Let's look at the Carolinas description, right? Coach Matt Rule is seeking a quarterback with the capacity to thrive as a closer in the fourth quarter. Lance brings a winning pedigree and a dynamic game to Charlotte as a dual threat quarterback and Pro Bowl potential. Okay. Cool. cool. Let's read this one for Jalen Waddle. GM Brad Holmes and company displayed their trust in Jared Goff, who has been sent to Detroit in a deal with the Lions and the Rams, agreed to over the weekend, by adding an explosive pass catcher to the lineup. Now let's read what he said about Russo. This one sentence he's read. Let's read this one little ass sentence that he put about Russo. Russo is an intriguing option for the Giants with his athleticism, length, and sack production. That's all they get. That lets you know right there what you feel about Russo. So why you lying to kick it? Why you lying to kick it? Look at what you wrote about Russo. Why you lying to kick it? Look. San Francisco, right? Horn possesses the size, athleticism, bloodlines to be a tenacious cover corner, an exciting option for the team in desperate need of a long-term answer at the position. Russo is an intriguing option for the Giants with his athleticism, length, and sack production. You know, the dude you picked at 16 got a longer description. You know what I'm saying? He got personal with these other descriptions. He's talking about the coaches, what the GM looking for. DeAndre Hopkins there. Fitzgerald is leaving. But then you scroll back. Russo is an intriguing option for the Giants with his athleticism. Why you got a lot? Man, you ain't got a lot of kicking, man. You ain't got a lot of kicking, man. The dude you drafting at 19, you got a longer description for Russo. Let me go back and scroll down this thing properly, man. J.C. Horn at 12. Rashawn Slater went 13 to the Charge. That's a steal for them. That's a top 10 dude to me. Kwity Paye went 14. Michael Parsons at 15. How come the Patriots got to draft all the people I don't really too much care for? But hey, it's up to them. It's up to them. Devontae Smith should not fall to 16, but can y'all imagine Devontae Smith, Nuke Hopkins, and Christian Kirk and Andy Isabella working with Kyler Murray? That's crazy. Crazy. The Raiders draft Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I don't think the Raiders are drafting because I don't think the Raiders draft that well. I don't think the Raiders draft that well. Is that why Farley's description is so short? Let me go back and look at Farley's description. Let's go find Farley. Giving the Cowboys defensive war. But see, this ain't even short description for Farley because at least he's getting personal with like the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He's like the Cowboys situation, off-season emphasis on playmakers, boom, boom, boom. Russo is an intriguing option for the Giants with his athleticism, length, and sack production. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Crazy. Ojulari fell to 22. Nick Bolton at 24. ETN 23. Barmore 25. So we're going to see Barmores all over the place. Jalen Phillips and the other one went 9. Right here, he's 27. Morig went 28. I think they're really sold on the Saints going safety here. Maybe they heard something. So let's hope it ain't Richie. Let's just hope it ain't Richie. Jalen Mayfield that I got to watch some more film on to Green Bay here. Basham at 30. If the Chiefs drafted anything but offensive line, I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. This is a lazy pick. And Joseph Osai, with Shaq Barrett becoming a free agent this offseason, the Bucs could snag Osai to replace his production off the edge. All right, old Bucky. All right, Bucky. I hated Joe Mock too. We're going to look at one more, then we're going to go to the phones. Let me look at the phones here. We got some people on the phones. You want to call into the phone, the number is 515-606-5187, access code 309104. Let's see. This pick should be set in stone for the Jaguars. Here we said random. Okay, cool. Zach Wilson, Devontae Smith, Patrick Surtain went 4th overall. 4th overall to the Falcons there. That's interesting. And Kyle Pitts. The two places we keep seeing Kyle Pitts getting mocked is the Bengals and the Eagles. I wonder if that's the media scouts trying to tell us something. Very interesting. Parsons at 6. I think we've seen that before. No, we didn't. We've seen Parsons elsewhere. Chase at 7. Slater at 8. Ooh. But is a quarterback on the board? So let's see. Lawrence, Zach. All these quarterbacks on the board. Hold on, son. Wait a minute. So quarterback went 1 and 2. Devontae Smith 3. Surtain at 4. Pitts at 5. Parsons 6. Chase 7. Slater 8. See why I mock drafts the devil? This is why I mock drafts the devil. Farley, Panessa. Brandon, call in real quick so I can get you on the phone so you can give me your report on what's the name. So in this case, this is interesting. I would love to ask Cowboy fans this. This ain't just a Cowboy show. This is for all 32 teams. But I would love for Cowboy fans in the chat box to answer this question. If you had the opportunity to draft Penei Sewell or to trade back because a quarterback is on the board, right brick on my brick, I would love to know what y'all would rather do in that situation. That'll be interesting. I would love to hear your thoughts. Darisaw 13, Elijah Vera Tucker, Justin Fields, Ojulari 16, another JOK to 17. All right. Russo at 18 to Miami. That'll be another follow-up year for I don't think Miami drafted well if this were to happen. With just one full year of tape to his name, a good chunk of sack production coming from inside alignment. At least you're being honest there, line. Coming from inside alignment, Russo might be a bit of a risk. At least you're being honest, fella. Russo may be a bit of a risk, but he is very long and has the traits GM Chris Greer and Brian Flores should love. I think y'all talking yourself into these picks, man. And that's bad for the brand, man. You don't need to be talking yourself into picks if you're not gonna honestly, be the pick. If you don't honestly feel that way, then just move on. Barmore, Morrig, they really are simpatico on Morrig going first. I don't hate it as long as I get Rich in a second. Najee at 30, Greg Newsom at 31. I'm actually watching him soon. So in every mock we've seen, I'm sorry, Eve, I didn't know you was down there. My bad. Every mock that we've seen, Jalen Phillips is a first round guy. So it's interesting. But sometimes he's at 8. We see him at 32 here. Other time we saw him in the 20s or whatever. So just letting you know. Just letting y'all know. I see a lot of people still saying trade back anyway. I take Sewell. In that situation, I'm taking Sewell. In my mind. Even though I would love the extra pick so that my day 2 can be as good as I want it to be, but in my mind, I'm taking Sewell. Now let's go into the phones here. Let me turn my headphones on. Let me see if I've been loud for real. I've been talking with no headphones on, but let me see if I've been loud. Am I loud? I don't sound that loud. I mean, I'll turn my volume down a little bit if it make y'all ears feel a little better. I am a man of the people there. I'm indeed a man of the people, but I sound fine in the headphones. So, but anyway, there's my audio adjustment. Let's get Brandon on the phone so I can get his assessment on cornerback from Kentucky. I keep forgetting his name. Brandon, what's the dude's name? Kelvin Joseph. Thank you, sir. I keep forgetting that motherfucker. I just haven't looked.
We're not gonna say Johnson no more. We're not
gonna say Johnson no more. But see, look, Brandon, this is my thing. We haven't been looking at him very long though. I've said Surtain's name 1,000 times over the last month or so. I've only been talking about Kelvin Joseph for a couple days now. So of course I'm not gonna remember his name. But his film left a huge impact on me. I tapped you on the shoulder with some Illuminati privilege. It's the second time I've done it this month. I don't know how to feel about it. You and Nick Gashler, I've tapped y'all on the shoulder twice already with a little bit of privilege, but I don't know. But Brandon, give me your scouting report on Kelvin. On Kelvin Joseph, cornerback from Kentucky. Go
There
ahead.
we go. I won't go save you that time.
let me burn. I'm gonna get it right. I promise I'm gonna get it right. Go ahead, Kelvin Joseph, Kentucky. What you think about it?
All right, so he instantly went over Asante Samuel because he shouldn't be able to sink his hips that great, being that tall. Asante Samuel is like 5'10", probably 5'9" in real life.
Yes.
So he's supposed to be able to sink his hips and get small well.
Right.
Kelvin Joseph does that very well. He's also very fast. So if you big, you flexible, and you're fast, that equals a good equation already. You know what I'm saying?
Those are some good ingredients. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
He left me wanting more in the Mississippi State game. I don't think that I saw him press at all in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, but watching him and Pitts battle it out against Florida.
Yeah.
I saw him press a couple times, and it was this one play at like the 8-yard line where the play didn't even go to Pitts, but Joseph gave him the outside, right? But then when Pitts went inside, he just let him run in.
Yes. Yeah.
So
look, that wasn't even look.
It didn't even go to him.
That wasn't even Pitts.
But it was such a high IQ play.
That wasn't even Pitts. It was Copeland.
Oh.
It was like, I'm gonna let you take the outside. I'm gonna put myself in position to turn and run. But if you run in a slant, you're gonna have to run through me. But I'm within 5 yards, so I'm gonna win. That's high IQ, fam. High ass IQ. And Brandon, I'm gonna let you keep talking, but I'm gonna set you up for something real mean and smooth as we keep talking, sir. But go ahead, keep talking. Keep talking about Kelvin Joseph, sir. Go ahead.
So I think that he adjusts for the ball very well.
Mm-hmm.
Great actually.
Mm-hmm.
The interception, it was immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
He uses the sideline very well. He's very sneaky in his zone. He's
Mm-hmm.
afraid to go up for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that Mississippi State showed me, he has amazing ball identification skills.
Yes.
But it was also some things that made me question a little bit.
Come on.
Like I said, the press didn't happen much in Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just a rotational guy? Because it was times where he just wasn't on the field for periods of time.
Right.
And it was one time in Mississippi State. This is the only bad play for real. A bunch route, kind of like just made him stay still for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then he it was like he took time to process it.
Right.
So that was really the only play that I would say he kind of dropped the ball on, because
Mm-hmm.
either guy could have got the ball in that particular play,
Mm-hmm.
but also maybe because the quarterback threw like 11 billion interceptions. Maybe
Sure.
Mississippi State just trash.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. Then after a while, they just stopped throwing to him. They just didn't even look his way. They just didn't even look over there. They just threw it.
They just start throwing to him until the middle of the game.
Absolutely. So what else, Brand? So you saw Mississippi State and Florida. Did you see the other? Did you see Georgia? Did you see the Auburn game? Come on, Brandon. Come on, man.
I did. I only watched 2 games because I got to record in like 15 minutes. So I'm gonna watch more tonight while I'm, sitting there eating popcorn. I'm gonna make an event out of it.
So Brandon, let me tell you something. He's your quarterback 4. I'm cornerback 4.
Right
Pardon me. As of now.
Right now.
As of right now, we got till April to figure this out.
Yeah, but I'll say this. I think that he's probably gonna be above Surtain.
That's what I was looking for.
Guy.
That's what I was looking for. Okay.
And like Surtain only does zone sometimes. I think that that Joseph does zone and man well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he knows that the sideline is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
So he isn't afraid to use it.
Yeah.
And he puts his body in the right position in his own play.
Mm-hmm.
Surtain, I mean, his zone is like it's a side dish for him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think
So I could very well see him passing Surtain and being my cornerback 3 something.
I think at this point where I'm at, if Farley can get his nuance figured out, then Farley would be better than him. Because Farley as an athlete is crazy. But that's if he gets that nuance. Kelvin got that nuance right now.
That should have played in 2020.
He should have played in 2020. Kelvin got that kind of nuance right now. The
100%.
The long speed that you want from Surtain, I don't think Surtain ever gonna get no faster than what he is now. Kelvin Johnson is that fast right now. So what I got to do is I got to rewatch J.C. Horn to see where I'm at with J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn is my cornerback one as of now. But this Kelvin Joseph kid has just shot all the way up the boards. I'm mad I didn't Ben heard of him.
Well, it's kind of hard to get Kentucky broadcast film, you know.
Like, it ain't even on the internet.
Some areas
it ain't even on the internet. Fair enough. If that's all you got, I'm gonna let you go, man. I mean, I ain't gotta hold you too long, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't bugging.
I really like. I'm glad that you hit me up with the film because I only found like one game on YouTube and it was broadcast, so it won't go do so much for me. But yeah, man.
You not supposed.
I love that he's a diamond in the rough.
But you're not supposed to say that shit over the phone. You're not supposed to say what you just said loud all over the stream like that. You ain't just supposed to say that. You supposed to take that Illuminati shit and hold it close to your chest is what you're supposed to do.
Hey, you said it first.
That's crazy. But if anybody wants to see this Kelvin Joseph film, it's up on my Patreon. And look, you can tell. Clearly, we just bullshit. You can clearly tell when I like a player. First of all, I hate DBs. And if I'm watching some other player, I may watch a game and then I'll get like a half into a second game and I'll be like, I think I got this guy figured out and I'll move on in my life. I watch Kelvin Joseph. I've never in one sitting watched 4 games of somebody, of a corner in one sitting. And I watched him after I watched Javon Holly again because I wanted to see if I was tripping by Javon Holly. No, Javon Holly's still trash. Like,
can I jump in on that one?
Go ahead, sir, please.
What does Javon Holly do? Like, remember when I first watched this film and I told you it just seemed like he just accidentally gets an interception, like he trips and falls into it.
Mm-hmm.
He tripped and fell literally into an interception.
Sure.
What does he do besides have a 4-leaf clover, a lucky horseshoe, and the winning lottery ticket in his pocket? What does he do?
The only reason I watched him twice is because I've been seeing him in a bunch of these mocks or whatever. I've been seeing a bunch of hubbub. I saw this one post, right? And the post was like it was a poll or whatever. And it says, if you're a team that needed a safety, Morig and Highland were gone, who do you pick? Like,
I saw this too.
Who do you pick? Like Richie Grant, Nasruddin, whoever. And I'm like, I'll take everybody on this poll over Highland. Like, what you mean if Highland gone? If Highland gone, I'm doing a little hump dance in the living room because my team ain't got a chance to get him. You know what I mean? Like, what we talking about with this Highland thing? Right. So I asked that, and I normally don't attack people immediately. So I was just looking down his post just to kind of get his vibes, and he was telling people how high he was on Highland, and apparently it was some people that watched film with me because they were shitting on Highland. So I asked the player and a couple other people on that post. You was on that post. Jeff was on that post. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, man, look, just give me one game that impressed you from Highland. I said it on that post, and I said it on my own tweet. Tweeted it out. I said, just give me one game. And he hit me back, and he was like, I don't know if it's his best game, but the Auburn game was really good. I said, all right, cool. I'm fair. I like to do my due diligence. Maybe I missed something. You know what I mean? Maybe the person I watched before I watched Highland last time made me too sleepy, and I missed something. Boy, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, boy. And I watched Highland versus Auburn, boy. I got sleepy all over again. So I don't know what the hell people saying. I don't even think people watching film on Highland. I think Highland paying people off to just say nice things about him. Him and Russo got the same agent at this point.
I'm telling you, man. Like I said, he tripped and managed to get an interception.
Yeah.
So he's just lucky. That's his thing. He's lucky, and hey, that's all it is. But I don't understand what is the thing that he does that, and the guy, he said Morig and I forget who the other guy was. We're all for the board. They aren't even the top top safety. Like, I like Moore. He's safety too for me, but I mean, I don't trust him single high. I don't. Dang sure wouldn't trust Highland single high. Like, so what is the thing that Highland does better than someone like Richie Grant or Darius Washington that would make him be the favorite guy?
He lies. He lies to the people more than the other guys do. You know what I'm saying? And it sounds like I'm hating on him, but I'm just being super critical on the yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being critical. It just is what it is. Brandon, plug your stuff. Tell the people where to find you at so I can get Space Cowboy on the phone, please, sir.
All right. If you like this conversation and you want to hear more like it, I'm gonna put my link in the chat box. I am Brandon, one half of Frankly Football. I'm actually going forward to record a session right now, so you're going to see something uploaded tonight and tomorrow. I'm going to put the link in the chat box. Like, share, and subscribe.
There you go, sir. Appreciate you. And hell out the phone. Voch, I just noticed your knives are in between the kitchen and the living room. I think you did that on purpose since the equalizer. Hey man, y'all see Queen Latifah action starting out? That shit crazy as hell. Look, but those aren't even like my battle knives. You know, I got a firearm and a sharp object in every room of the crib because you just never know. And I'm moving, so I need like a new room in the crib. But that ain't even what I fight with. You know what I'm saying? I got pajamas on. Don't laugh at me. But it's just hanging in the couch. You ain't even see this. You ain't even see this just hanging up under the couch pillow. You know what I mean? You ain't even see that. You didn't even know that was there, did you, sir? You thought that was just a little neck pillow sitting up under there and a goddamn it hanging up under. She ain't even know. You didn't even know this was there, did you, sir? So ignore them knives. Them knives ain't gonna do nothing to you. Boy, you don't want to know what's under that stuff. You don't want to know what's over there. Come on, son. Come on, my guy. Let's get Space Cowboy on the phone. Hear what he talking about. Cardo, what's happening?
Yo, what's going on, boss? It's been a while.
Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? I know you a busy man. You doing good things on your channel. Congratulations on your work over there. Salute to you, my guy. Season's over with, so now you got a little more time to talk to old Voch. I understand. What's good, my guy?
Oh, nothing much, man. You know, I know this whole Prescott contract situation. You know, I'm just looking, when it comes to the draft season, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of hard for me to say who I want at 10 or who I want if we're going to trade down because I usually make that decision final once we get through free agency.
Sure.
But, man, it's just I'm looking at free agency, and there's a ton of guys I'd love to see in a Dallas Cowboys uniform that I think would help this team. Problem is that, you know, you got Stephen Jones that's going to Dollar General, and he wants to, you know, get all the, you know, the bargain basement guys like 3 to 4 weeks in.
They buy. Why they buying wine from the 7-Eleven, dog? Don't they own a vineyard?
Yeah.
Don't they got a little sweatshop? They got people chained to a wall or something, stepping on grapes in their basement or something. Like, why they going to 7-Eleven? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like that's the thing, man. I need them to use the money they have. Man, the Dallas Cowboys are in the top 10 for most rollover cap from year to year. That's bad, man. That means we're not using all of our resources to our advantage. You know, you got a guy like Dalvin Tomlinson that's out there. Or you got like a Patrick Peterson or JJ. Well, I'm not saying go after all these guys because of the names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm understanding of, okay, these guys, I'm willing to have them for a year as like a placeholder, so I'm not going in the next year if I don't re-sign Cheeto or Jordan because for some reason, you know, okay, I don't want them, but I'm willing to give money. You know what I mean? Like, I need to have that security blanket, so I'm not, okay, I have to draft this guy at 10 because then I'm screwed. You know, because me, I want a lineman. I want either Slater or Sewell. That's where I want to go because of the flexibility. I'm not sure if you talked about this, but, you know, if you get either one of them, you can play them at left guard for that first year.
Have I talked about this? Where you been? Where you been? Have I talked to, man? Who you talking to,
I'm
man?
just messing with
This
it.
Voch, man.
I'm
What
just
are
messing
you?
with
What are
you,
you
bro.
doing?
I know,
Play.
I
Okay.
know, I'm just-
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to attack you like that. Let me hold on. Let me get my button right.
I know. I'm just.
I didn't. I
I just had to mess with you with that.
My bad.
But in all seriousness, though, getting back to this whole conversation.
Yeah.
You plug him in at left guard, right?
Mhm.
And that's just assuming, hey, Tyron stays upright. But for me, I'm ready to push the man off a bridge
Mhm.
because I'm like, man, I'm not going to be paying. Well, you shouldn't release him now. You should probably wait another year because, you
might need him.
You look at the cap situation. You're going to probably need him, and not only that, you give a year to either Sewell or Slater
Mhm.
so that they can get acclimated. And then what's crazy, I have not seen anyone else talk about this, is that if Smith were to retire, if Tyron were to just hang it up, or you kick him off a bridge and get that money back, you can slide either Sewell or Slater to left tackle. You have Connor McGovern at left guard,
Mhm.
or you got, Biotish at center. You got Zach, who's going to be doing his thing at right guard. My only thing is with Lyle, I have some concerns, obviously. I don't know what's going to happen with him, especially with the hip surgery. It can be very impactful.
Mhm.
But that's the crazy thing, too, is because not only are you preventing yourself from being caught with your pants down with Tyron, it's the same thing with, Lyle.
Mhm.
So I could end up having 3 guys that are 24 years, 25 years or under, and then all I have to do is maybe just get another right tackle, assuming Lyle isn't, going to be playing at that same level. So that's why I really, really would want to see an offensive lineman taken with 10. But would I be upset if they went corner? No, not really. It depends on obviously who you're getting, especially with who's left on the board. But I mean,
so let me say this then.
I'm not opposed to trading down either.
So let me say this then. I'm gonna say this for everybody too, because this ain't a Cowboy show, but I'm gonna just make it make sense for like draft or whatever. I think in general, this for all teams that's listening right now. In my mind, if you're not getting a tackle in the first round, you might as well not get tackle. In my mind, I just don't believe in developmental tackles in that way, because even bad tackles go first round. You know what I mean? Guys like Andre Dillard go first round all the time. Like Titus Howard go first round all the time. Not because people miss, but it's just that we value offensive lines so much, and it's none of them in the league, and they're so hard to find that it's not like every other position to where, if I don't get a cornerback, I can get a cornerback in the third. That makes sense. But if you don't get a tackle in the first round, and in this particular case, we're talking Cowboys draft. In this particular case, if you don't get one at 10, then I don't want one in the third round, because that ain't how offensive line work in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Or that's not how tackle works in my mind. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, even if you're looking at it as like general draft talk, if I'm a team, like I've been seeing drafts where it's like, the frickin' Cincinnati Bengals want to take frickin' Kyle Pitts. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, man. Have you seen what happened to Joe Burrow's knee? I ain't risking that.
Yeah.
You don't play with that. If you have a guy there that you're the best prospect there, you got to take him. It's not like, I can just get some. No, you got to get the best guy there, because that's a 4 to 5 year investment right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking about like, okay, I'm getting a lineman for this year because Dak, and then if Stephen Jones doesn't want to open up his pocketbook and then want to be like, nah, I don't want to. It's just that future mindset, because then it's like, okay, so then if you don't want to get him, you need to be prepared for if you bring another person in here, which would be stupid. I can just go on that all day, but it's all about that thinking ahead. If you take a corner, if you take, a Surtain or Farley at 10, okay, that's cool. But now who are you going to take that's, how do you see them in 5 years? For me, sure, taking Surtain is like a short-term type of, fix, if you see what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he can build any further than what he's already at. Like, he's like the most, in my opinion, because I've been doing my own draft research, I think he's the most pro-ready. Like, okay, I could plug him in there and he'll be solid, but I don't think there's room for him to grow anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's why I want to make sure I'm getting like that guy that's going to be the All-Pro, the Pro Bowler, the guy that I can rely on for 10-plus years. I need my Tyron Smith replacement. That's why I need a tackle. I don't know. what else you can do at that position, especially if you have one of them drop, because I think both of them can go definitely top 10. Most definitely.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, though, man. Hey, for everybody listening right now, I'm going to be going live during the draft. So, of course, you get all this information then, and then you got to come to here to get this information. But the one thing I don't want is that once the Cowboys draft at 10, everybody's just going to lead the damn stream. That ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. So, but we're going to see what's going to happen, man. Cardo, appreciate you, sir. Plug your channel, man. And you should let me on your channel one day just to come through and say what's up on your side if you don't mind one day.
Yeah, not a problem. I'll have to make sure my schedule's all cleared up, and we'll set something up.
Your schedule. Your schedule. Let me check.
Listen,
let me check my. Hurrah.
Man, I got things to do. No, if you guys haven't found out where I'm at on the YouTube, by all means, you can subscribe to me at Space Cowboy 17 on YouTube. 50 away from 7K.
Hey.
So if all you guys get over there and hit the subscribe, we'll get there. And yeah, if you definitely want some more Cowboys content, head on over there. So, all right, Voch, I'll let you get to these other callers, my man. Thank you so much for having me on, man.
Appreciate you, man. Salute. Space Cowboy, ladies and gentlemen. Jonas Jensen dropped 100 Danish krones because I'm cultured. He was like, let's see. Hey, Voch, are there any other offensive tackles you would consider at 10 or in the first besides Sewell and Slater? Nope. I just don't see I don't see offensive line this year working like offensive line last year. Last year it was I think the talent was better. It's just more guys that we recognize this year. I'm not a Cosme fan. I'm not a Darisaw fan. Vera Tucker shouldn't be that high. I got to get back into the Michigan and Oklahoma State kid. I'm going to give y'all a report on that pretty soon. Leatherwood, not too big on that, to where I really loved Wills. I really loved Becton. I liked Wirfs. I just think Wirfs would be an incredible guard, but he was a really good tackle, so leave him at tackle, whatever. I just think he would be an incredible guard. Moving on. And Andrew Thomas, I just think he's in a situation that just ain't really working for him. But then again, it's really early. And the kind of just like clear something up that I said earlier too. When I was saying that I don't want to take offensive linemen like after the first round or whatever. I mean, sure, you can find somebody to come in and work for it. Like, you can drop an example that can come in and be like, what's his face was drafted in the third round and he's really good. Of course you can do that. But that's just like me saying I'm not taking an undrafted quarterback and expecting him to start. Undrafted quarterbacks ain't good. But then you come and say, oh, but Voch, Tony Romo was really good. Yes. That situation, yes. Often, no. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by that. For the most part, if you don't take offensive tackle early, you don't really get good offensive tackle play later on. Are there good offensive tackles you can possibly find? You can possibly find them. Let me find that example you said. Hold on, let me just scroll back. Who was that you said? I missed you. You said it was like Armstead or something? Yeah, cool. For every Armstead, there's like 70 whatever cats that just didn't work out. You see what I'm saying? So that's my mind on that. You know what I mean? What else? Yes, phones. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to get back into the phones. We got okay, let's go Jess first, then Ed from Atlanta, then we're gonna go to Adrian. Now let me talk sweet to Jess, because I know Jess like when I talk sweet to Jess. Now, hey, Jess. Now, Jess, I know you upset about the people on social media. I know you upset about people talking about Dak and his surgery. I know you upset about people saying that Dak ain't coming back next year. It's okay. Hanging there with me, okay? hanging there with me. Now, what you got for the show, Jess?
J.J. Watts is not coming today, so y'all need to get out of their chair talking about some J.J. Watts.
Right.
J.J. Watts will go play with his brothers in the Steeler Nation before he comes to Dallas, because guess what? he would love to have the opportunity to play with his other two brothers. So it'll be all three of them in the same place at the same time, and all their family have to do is be right there one game without traveling with their boys all at the same time. So all of that, y'all need to cut that out.
I ain't never seen that before. 3 brothers on one team. I never seen that happen. I don't know if I seen 2 brothers on the same team before. So that'll be interesting.
He got 2 of them already on the
okay. Yeah, and then there's the kids in Seattle, the Griffin boys and the Seahawks or whatever. So yeah, you're right.
I'm just feeding off of Mr. E2 because he said that earlier on his show.
What'd he say?
He said, man, that man ain't finna come no Dallas. He'll go play with his brother. He said he would like to play with his brothers and all that.
Right, but he don't want to leave Texas though, right? What if you don't want to leave Texas though?
Well, then maybe not. I mean, I'm not saying I don't want him here.
Right.
Wouldn't like for him to be on the defense and out.
Right.
I didn't say that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
For everybody, every time they said somebody to cut loose or been traded or to be let go, they want to always bring him in, but they don't want Dak to get paid.
Right.
Bro, they need to cut it. Cut it out. Man, I'm just ready to see about the draft pick.
Right.
The draft. I'm trying.
Right.
I'm trying to focus on the draft.
You doing good, Jess. Let me tell you something. Jess, let me tell you something. You doing a fantastic. I know you want to hit on these Cowboy topics, but we got 32 teams in the chat box. We got to be fair to everybody. But you doing a good job keeping the draft, though. You doing a fantastic job. That's all you got, Jess?
And also be on the lookout. If somebody is going on in super chat pretending to be me, but as you can see, that's why I put my cap at Jessica Haggerty. My name is in all caps. They can't be like me because they can't make an account with all caps because I already got it.
Hello, time
so they can come in with my name.
Time out, Jess.
So
you say
be on the lookout.
Jess, hold up. You say your name in all caps like you yelling, like you raising your voice like it's in all caps.
It's in all caps.
You should put all.
You all ain't never noticed that. And they had my picture.
You should
but the only thing was capitalized was the J and H. Everything else was small letter.
You should put all caps and 3 exclamation points on it. So when you see them, they are Jessica Haggerty, but you are Jessica Haggerty. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a difference. You know what I mean? So you should put some exclamation behind yours. But Jess, good call though. You did really, really well staying on topic. I appreciate you. Okay. All right, Jess.
All right, have a good one.
Right. Boy, the irony of Jess' name being in all caps, and I never thought of it that way, right? Because I'm just looking at people's names. It's some regular MLA formatted, proper noun stuff or whatever. But I see this name is all caps. But Jess being who Jess is, and Jess' name being in all caps is hilarious, ladies and gentlemen. We got Miss Jackie in the chat box. Welcome, Miss Jackie. Come on in, sit on down, get comfortable. Also got Miss April in the chat box. She's up in here too. You sit down, be comfortable as well. Everybody in the chat box, make sure that those ladies are taken care of. Aisha been here. She's good. She's fine. Let's go Ed from Atlanta, then Adrian, then we'll go Justice, then DJ. In that order. All right? Ed from Atlanta, what's happening?
What's happening, Voch?
Cool, my guy. What you got for the show?
Yeah, man, I'm happy that we finally get to see Joseph, man. I have him cornerback too, of course, behind Farley right now, but anybody that has finished film on this guy, he's cornerback too. If you put Surtain over him, you're helmet scouting at this point. The league values corners that can travel.
Yeah.
We've seen it in last year's draft. And if you remember, Voch, I'm the guy who says C.J. Henderson over Jeff Okudah all day.
Sure.
And while both of them kind of got smacked up, C.J. did better, in my opinion. But then A.J. Terrell, as a shock, went above Fulton because A.J. Terrell is a 6'2" travel corner.
Right.
And he played well this season for the Falcons. So I think this is another one, man. He's 6'1", travels well. He's got the IQ. I mean, I would definitely take him over Surtain, who is more of a he does good in zone and he's all right, man.
Yeah.
I don't really see anything too special from him. But if there's a piece of tape that anybody wants to watch that will be really annoying to watch but is definitely worth it, there's a full game of Kentucky-Alabama, and you'll get to see him run with Waddle and Devontae Smith, and not get thrown out, of course, but that's the only annoying thing about watching corners. You have to watch every single play.
Yeah.
Just because they don't get targeted doesn't mean it's a bad rep.
I definitely want to.
The kid's fantastic, man.
I definitely want to tune into Alabama because that's the best competition. Of course, we watched him on my Patreon the other day. So if y'all want to watch that film breakdown on my Patreon, it's patreon.com/vochlombardiyt. You put in $1, you can have access for the month, whatever you want to do. And I watched Mississippi State, Florida, Georgia, and like Auburn, I believe. And yo, bro, like I hate watching DBs, bro. DB's boring to me. I hate corners and safety. Like I can look at offensive line, D line every single play and find something exciting every single play. So in order to get my energy up for DB, you gotta be special. I watched 4 games of that dude for 2 hours, bro. That dude is nice. And I think what's going on with a lot of people with the whole Farley and Surtain thing, I just think that sometimes you just get so caught up in your own opinion that you can't grow from it. The late great Black Phillip says, have your opinion, don't let it have you. Like, if you just been saying, because I was watching people in my chat box, right? Like, if you've been saying Surtain for months now, and that's Patrick Surtain, senior son, and he goes to Alabama, whatever. If you just been saying that for a while, then you kind of want to get stuck on that. So we watching film on the dude, right? And I'm just looking at people in the chat box. They say, oh, yeah, I'll take him as a day 2 guy. But I'm like, why would you take him as a day 2 guy? Like, look at his skill set. Look at what he's doing. And the more film you watching, why is he a day 2 guy? Why is he a late first guy? Because we've been conditioned to the idea that Surtain and Farley got to go first. I mean, if you watching Surtain, you can't with a straight face say, I don't trust Surtain versus long speed guys. And then you watch Kelvin Joseph do really well versus long speed guys. Or you can't look at Farley and be like, I don't trust his technique, polish, and nuance, or IQ. And you see technique, polish, nuance, and IQ from Kelvin Joseph, and he's playing in the SEC, so it's against top talent. You can't look at that dude, say you can scout corner, and still have and just say, and just say, oh, Surtain is better, and I just think he's better. Voch, you tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's one thing that I think with evaluating corner, you really have to look at is competition. And other than that, I think it's important to know that in the NFL, they will be tested with long speed. It's like whatever beats you, you will be tested by it at some point in your career. Yeah. And that's one thing that you could see from Jeff Okudah this year is when he got tested down the field on deep crossing routes where sometimes the safety wouldn't help, he's lost. He doesn't have the makeup speed to track somebody down. But speaking of growing from opinions, I'm a Georgia fan, man.
Yes, sir.
I had to put Phillips over Ojulari, and it hurt my soul, but I had to do it.
Okay. Hey, but look, that's another hard conversation because Phillips is nice and Ojulari is nice. It just depends on, who you like, who do you project improving, and how do you use somebody, So I don't hate you for saying that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's really the classic. I know we say he can stand up. Yeah. But if I'm looking for a 3-4 outside linebacker exclusively, like if I'm the Ravens and I have both of them on the board, it's Ojulari all day.
Yeah.
The bend is disgusting, and the get off is great. Mm-hmm. So Phillips is more of a technical end. He's a lot better with his hands, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They both have their issues against the run, but by no means are they no bitch. I really like the Alabama film when people say Ojulari is, 250 pounds, he can't run block.
Right.
He's going against Deontay Brown, pulling and cracking his ass and not giving up any ground.
Sure.
So it just depends on what you want, if you want a traditional end or a 3-4 outside linebacker. But just for me and my team, I think I would have to have a traditional 4-3 type guy. So I had to put him first. It hurts, but got to do it.
So even if you're a Georgia fan, you being a Falcons fan, Jalen Phillips just fits what you're looking for more in your pro team. Yeah, I understand that. I don't hate that at all. It makes sense. It definitely makes sense. Like what's his name? Like Zaven Collins is one of my favorite linebackers. I just don't know how my team would use him because we play a gang of nickel. We don't really get into the whole base Sam linebacker thing. So yeah, I feel you on that.
So Richie Grant.
Yes, sir.
I've seen your opinion on him. I'm not a big Richie Grant guy, depending on where you want him. And I heard you say earlier, second round, and what do you guys in the second round pick, 40-something?
42, yeah. Or 44, I believe, yeah.
I don't know if I think if you want to reach a little bit for him there, I think you can, depending on how much you need a free.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's sideline to sideline safety material. I've seen him go inside hash to inside hash on your film breakdown.
Right.
But I haven't really seen him get to the sideline and make a play yet.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on Richie Grant a little more?
Well, to first kind of answer your question, you would have to ask yourself how often do safeties get sideline to sideline? Like, that's an incredibly hard ask to do. Now, it can be done because we've seen
we'll do that.
We've seen Ed Reed do it before. The problem is that Ed Reed's a Hall of Famer. You don't always get those. So what you got to condense it down to is, can you at least play one high? And one high can be from the middle of the hash to the sideline. Can you do that? I know he could do that because I've seen him play from opposite hash to the number. So I know he can get from middle to the sideline. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like grading on a curve almost, right? So I'm looking at Richie Grant and I'm acknowledging the lack, like he's not Ed Reed. If he was Ed Reed, he'd be a first round guy. You know what I'm saying? If he was like a Derwin James or something, he would be a first round guy. But he's not. But the problem is you don't always get rangy safeties. So this year, out of all the safeties we got, how many of them are rangy safeties? I would say 3. How many safeties last year were rangy?
I would say almost none.
I think Morig, Washington, and Grant are rangy safeties. They may not be elite rangy safeties, but I don't think elite rangy safety comes around that often. So just by my standards of what I would call a rangy safety, how many of them are in this class? I would say 3. How many are in last year's class? Delpit and Winfield, 2. What about the class before that? I barely remember because they don't always come out like that. Rangy safeties just don't exist. So when you have an opportunity to get a rangy safety, you have to consider that player a more premium player than your box safeties. You can get anybody to line up in the box and just tackle somebody. I tell Dan this all the time. You're a Falcons fan. Keanu Neal, I like Keanu Neal. I wouldn't have taken him early because he's a box safety. He's a really good box safety, but you can find box safeties to do box safety things. Just like Jeremy Chin. It's a lot of guys that can do Jeremy Chin things. How many guys that you watch film on can line up on the left hash and make a play on the right numbers? Not many. So you're not going to get Ed Reed range. But if you can get half of that, you win it. You see what I'm saying? And most teams don't even have half of that. So in my mind, that's why Richie Grant is a premium player to me, and I feel really good about taking him high second. And I think he's the best safety in this class. Narrowly the best safety in this class.
Between who? Morig and him?
Between him, Morig, and Washington. And I'm putting those guys early because they're the one high safeties. They're the rangy dudes. I think Morig is a really good rangy guy, but he's kind of soft to me, and he doesn't do very much tackling wise for me. And not that I need my freeze to do very much tackling, because when I was talking about Grant Delpit last year, I put this premium on Grant Delpit's coverage and range, and I was like, I don't need his tackling. But I can get Ardarius Washington, who's a guy that can run, catch picks, and tackle. You see what I'm saying? And what puts Richie Grant over Ardarius is simply he's taller and a little more long. Richie Grant is another dude that can cover, play range, and tackle. So that's why Richie Grant is my safety 1. Washington is 2. Morig is 3 for now. Nasruddin 4. Somebody in the chat box say Andre Cisco needs more love. I think Andre Cisco is not very good. But I'm gonna let you talk now, Ed. Go ahead.
Cisco, my God. one of my guys that I don't think you like is if I can get Paris Ford top of the third, I'm very happy for box safety. That's my thing with box safety. Box safety is almost like, or it's exactly like tight end, in my opinion. You can find a guy easily in the third round. Why you would draft a box safety like Atlanta did top 20 is wild to me. But on the offensive tackle, I want to know where you have Darisaw, because I have him fit. And I think we have the same opinion on him, and I feel like I'm disrespecting him a little bit. But where do you have him?
We're not just gonna walk past this Paris Ford in the third round shit. Look. If you take Paris Ford in the third round, then I'm happy with you. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't my team. I don't think Paris Ford is a draftable player in my mind. I think Paris Ford on the next level is just going to be a special teams dude in my mind. So I just wanted to get that thought out and move on. Darisaw in my mind, Darisaw could be good, but I think he's kind of lazy. So if he can fix his effort, I think he'll be fine. And it's not because he's slow-footed, because I've seen slow-footed people with high effort win. If you look at Orlando Brown when he was coming out of Oklahoma, he was very slow-footed. But what he was is that he was long, he was tenacious, and he was strong as hell. So he would use his length, get hands on you, and then we could boogie. Darisaw is a guy that wins just like that, in which Darisaw gets his arm length going, grab you, and then power comes into the play. I just don't think Darisaw puts 100% effort into every single play, because some plays, and if you watch a lot of Darisaw, you'll see it. Some plays he picks his feet up and his ass moves. If you put watch Darisaw versus Quincy Roche. And to be fair, Quincy Roche only got one move.
He moves with it.
Quincy Roche got one move, fast outside. And Darisaw looked at Quincy Roche a little bitty fast ass. He was like, you know what? I need to move a little quicker in order to get his ass. And you see Darisaw humping to go get hands on Roche. And he ended up doing well against Roche. But if you watch other games against Darisaw, it looked like his feet not even moving. And that's a lazy player to me. And I normally say L word. I don't like saying lazy and soft. I think that's insulting to football players. But I got receipts that Darisaw is a lazy football player, and I just don't want that on my team. Somebody gonna take him in the first round because he's legitimately good enough. I just think he's lazy, and he just takes a hit on my rankings.
Gotcha. And what's up with the Cosme hate? What was the piece of film? Because I wanted to hate on him just because I feel like he plays soft for a tackle.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that shit. But the motherfucker don't lose. Like, I don't know what to do with him.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing on tape? Like, is there a game I need to watch where he gets his ass beat? Because I want to see it, honestly.
I don't hate Cosme. Cosme, like, he's fine. It's just that I don't see him like we have to. This thing that we're doing is so strange. It's so strange what we're doing. We have to work in this time machine moving forward, and we have to project things that don't even exist yet. So when I'm looking at Cosme, or just watch this, when we look at any player, it's more than just what you're doing in the league. It's more than what you're doing in college. It's, are you good enough to do that in the league? You see what I'm saying? So we have to project the level of what you're doing to the next level. That's why only the best players get drafted. Like a team in the league is a college Pro Bowl team. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at Sam Cosme, you're absolutely right. Sam Cosme don't lose a lot of reps, but he's not impressive. You know what I'm saying? He's consistent, but he's not impressive. So if you take somebody that's regular good in college, you got to bump that down one time and make them something less in the league, because that's how projection works. I look at Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater is incredible right now. His scouting report says I whoop Chase Young. Rashawn Slater is incredible, but when he gets to the league, he's not going to be incredible walking out the gym. He's going to be pretty good walking out the gym. So we have to just bump everything down one time. Greg Russo can get 15 sacks in college. He's a good college football player. But in the league, we have to project one step forward. Can Greg Russo do this in the league? I don't think so. Because if Greg Russo was dominant and ridiculous and bendy and super crazy in college, then I could project him better in the league. But he stumbled into sacks. He just kind of stumbled into his production. He whooped terrible players. So if you whoop a terrible player and you barely look good, what's going to happen when you go against Quentin Nelson? In my mind, I don't think that pans out well for you. So when I look at Sam Cosmi, yeah, Sam Cosmi does some good things on film. He just don't do great things on film. If you good in college, then you just a cool player in the league, and cool players are like 3rd, 4th round guys. Cosmi probably get drafted day 2, and Cosmi probably like play, and he'll probably play for a long time in the league, start and be cool or be a swing guy. I don't know, but that's fine. That's a cool little role for somebody. That's still good.
That's why I got him, honestly. And I know that took up hella time, so I'll be quick with the last one. DT1, it's got to be Marvin Wilson.
Probably, maybe. I mean, it depends on like how you. It depends on how you frame the discussion. You know. If we're talking about as prospects, no. But if we're talking about practically using somebody, I would say so. Think about linebacker, right? Like, you can say that Micah Parsons is linebacker 1 as a prospect, but when you break down the film and be like, okay, but who would you rather have on your team? Like, I'd rather have J.O.K. than Parsons. I'd rather have Javon Collins than Parsons. I'd rather have, some of these other cats. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Marvin Wilson could possibly be DT1. And DT1 could possibly go in the 2nd round, But I think people are going to look at Barmore and his upside. And they're going to possibly put him at 3-tech maybe and change his role up a little bit and try to make him a little better versus the run. And Barmore could end up being DT1. But I love Marvin Wilson also. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and you can do that because not many people were high on Deron Payne because Deron Payne actually plays Barmore's role in Alabama, where he's kind of the nose tackle that you would see at Bama, and they actually sit back a lot when they're that athletic. Yeah. They just play the run, and if the quarterback scrambles, that they're athletic enough to chase them down, which is weird when, if you remember watching Deron Payne years ago, people would be confused, like, why is he just sitting there some plays, but on 3rd down, he's pass rushing the shit out of people. And
plus,
there's a reason for that. That's just what Bama does.
And plus, something else too, like just to kind of like clean this up, because some people said I was hating when I was talking about Barmore. Barmore don't even start. Like if you watch the Alabama film, Barmore, and he gets on the field like 3rd downs, and then they'll like put him out there like the second half or something, like during like blowouts to go pass rush. Barmore don't even start. So is your tackle 1 a dude that only gets 22 snaps a game or 18 snaps a game? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel it, man, but I got a lot more, but I know you got more callers, man, so you take it easy.
Yep, call in next Thursday. This was some good dialogue. That's why I let you keep talking, man. Good talk. Good talk. Let me tell you something, man. I love good questions, man. I love good dialogue. Let me lock the phone.
The conference has been locked.
I love good dialogue. I love good conversation. I'll let you talk all day if you got a good, you know what I'm saying, but some of y'all I be wanting to get y'all up out of there. I be wanting to get y'all up out of there sometimes. Adrian, then Justice, then DJ. Let's do it. Adrian, what's happening?
What's going on, boss? How's your weekend going?
It's going pretty good, sir. I appreciate your patience. I apologize for making you wait so long, sir.
Look, man, I am a gentleman. I am a scholar. I will wait my turn.
Hold on, man. Hold on, man. You deserve it. Let me get my machete ready, dog. You wait time on my guy. I like that. Adrian, we need more people like you, sir. But what you got for the show, my guy?
I think when it comes to players like Barmore that look really, really good in college, I think they get to benefit from the sheer size of the roster that they play on. Like you said, how he comes in on 3rd down and he gets just the pass rush, and the second half he just gets the pass rush. When you have a team that's deep enough to where, like, look, I can roll out my 3rd stringers and still whip your offensive line's ass for most of the game. Sure. It makes it easy for your stars just to rack up highlight film.
Right.
In that sense.
Right.
And then in terms of offensive linemen, for what we should, I do like Slater, and I do like I mean, if you're looking at the two, it's like if you're looking at Penei Sewell, you're looking at do I want future projections because I think Tyron Smith will be here for 2-3 more years,
sure,
or do I take Slater so I can keep Dak upright when we have to give him that new contract because I don't want my prize quarterback getting his head ripped off.
Right. Fair enough. And that's something that we got to talk about with a lot of these guys at every single position. You know, do you want the upside guy that's going to be better later, or do you want the guy that's better now? You know, something crazy though, like, you know, just me listening to the media people or whatever, just talking about the first two tackles off the board. I find it interesting that everybody just want to put Slater at guard and center like that, but they're so hell bent on Sewell at tackle. In my mind, I think Sewell should play guard regardless. I think Slater can play tackle right now. Slater's scouting report says, I'll whoop Chase Young. Why you want to put me at guard and my scouting report say I'll whoop Chase Young? Penei Sewell having problems with Bradley and not. Slater whooped Chase Young.
And he can't even get on the field right now for our team. He can't even, like, Bradley and I can't even get on the field. I mean, as much as I want to see Bradley and I, he can't even get on the field right now because of, you know, that monster Gregory, Alden Smith, and DeMarcus Lawrence. It's kind of hard for him to get on the field.
Penei Sewell over here wrestling Jay Tufilale. I whoop Chase Young. I'm sorry. Don't put me at center and I'll whoop Chase Young. Are you sick? Go ahead, man. I whoop Chase Young.
It just don't make any sense that you would say, "Oh yeah, I play in the Big Ten. I know it's not that, it's not that good. But when he's like, dude, I whooped Chase Young behind for 4 quarters.
Fam, that
4 quarters. My quarterback didn't have to worry about his backside for 4 quarters.
He can play
against Ohio State.
He can play at Southern Northwestern Obscure State Community College. He whooped Chase Young. I don't care where he went to school at. Rashawn Slater's scouting report. Go ahead.
Don't disrespect their facilities. Those facilities they got at Northwestern, they're getting pretty good. They actually spent some money on those facilities. Because me and my dad, we were talking about Rashawn Slater. I was like, it's kind of weird that those dudes are starting to get a little bit bigger. And we did some research, like, yeah, those facilities are getting up there. That's go spend some money.
That motherfucker can play left tackle for the Walmart community football team. If he blocked Chase Young, you put that dude at tackle. I apologize, Adrian.
Exactly.
What else you got for the show, man?
Also, another controversial thing. I would take Nick Bolton over what's his face from Penn State today, just simply because the way the NFL's going, I'd rather have a smart linebacker than a freaking nature out linebacker.
I agree. And as a torn Cowboy fan, I don't want my linebackers getting misdirected. Nick Bolton don't get misdirected very much. I'm with you.
Exactly.
I'm with you on that.
And me, and again, I have an Eagles friend who loves Micah Parsons for whatever reason. It's like, dude, you can't use him if he's never there to make the play. What's the point of having that? What's the point? It's like needing water in the desert, but it's always 50 miles away from you. What's the point of having water if it's never around you?
Sure, fair enough.
And then, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just weird that people they like Michael Parsons so much just because of his ability. I mean, he kind of reminds me of Jalen Smith a little bit before he blew his knee out, but. We need linebackers that can tackle within the box. It's just that can help your defense in a better position. I'm sorry. I'm a little brain fried because I just started a new job and it's weird. But anyway,
hey man, don't get fired. Don't get fired.
No. My brain's a little fried because I just started a new job. I'm trying to get back on. I'm trying to get back on that grind.
This man drinking on the job. This man drinking the wine Jerry Jones bought at 7-Eleven on the job. Man, come on, dog. Come on, man. 10 people died making that wine, man. Come on, dog. I'm playing. Go ahead though. What else you got? One more point. Go ahead.
Oh, one more point. I also think that Jalen Phillips needs to sue Greg Rousseau for stealing his tape because they wear the same number. It's like I think Greg Rousseau was was taking it feels like Greg Rousseau was taking some credit away from Jalen Phillips because they were wearing the same number all year.
No. So Phillips wore 15 in 2020, and Russo wore it in 2019.
Oh, okay.
Phillips wasn't on the team in 2019. Phillips was retired.
I'm being silly.
Yeah.
I'm being silly there.
You good? It's all. Oh, okay. I see what you. I got you, my guy. I got you. But yeah, man. What's the name? Phillips did just kind of come in and just take that man number and just leave such an impression with that man number. When I first discovered Jalen Phillips, what's my man's on Twitter? John Owning was putting gifts up. And he was talking about Edge 1 was 15 from Miami. And the only 15 from Miami I knew was Russo. And I was like, John, you smoking. But he was like, no. This is Jalen Phillips. And I did my research, and Jalen Phillips is incredible. Yo, Adrian, great call, man. Appreciate you, my guy.
Yes, sir. I'll get back in the chat box. You have a nice evening.
Yeah. Let me address something in the comments, because I see this all the time. Draft Time said it. I gotta find the comment. Draft Time said it. He says, Voch, you said the same thing about Wirfs, and he's the best right tackle in the league. Okay, cool. I don't think Wirfs the best right tackle in the league. That's your opinion, but whatever, or PFF's opinion, whatever. But like, rarely do I dislike a player. I never dislike a player. Rarely. Like in this draft, I've watched about 70-some people. I only dislike 3. I dislike Russo, Holland, and like Paris Ford and Twyman. So that's like 4 people. When I say Penei Sewell should play guard, that don't mean Penei Sewell should never play tackle. I just really want to see Penei Sewell play guard. Because he looks real. I think he'll be good wrestling people in a phone booth. Laramie Tunsil played guard before he played tackle. That's fine. Leo Collins played guard before he played tackle. That's cool. Uncle Charlie in the chat, what's happening? So when I saw Wirfs, and let's be fair between the difference of I'm watching somebody at Iowa and they put some work in and they do this in Tampa Bay. There's got to be a statute of limitations between what I see in college and what we see in the league. Example, I know a lot of people in draft world that hated Justin Herbert's college tape. Now that we have hindsight on Justin Herbert, I don't go run to those people and be like, you was wrong about Justin Herbert, because I have context for what happened here. The Justin Herbert at Oregon is not the Justin Herbert at Chargers. The offense coordinator kind of handcuffed him a little bit. He couldn't do some of the things that he's doing now in what's the name? You know what I'm saying? So when I say put Penei Sewell at guard and let that dude just like wrestle in a phone booth, that don't mean he suck if he play tackle. He can go play tackle and be fine. I'm just saying I think he'll be much better at guard. Just like I said with Tristan Wirfs, and I stand on that. I think Tristan Wirfs would be incredible at guard. You know something else I said? Jalen Ramsey would be incredible at strong safety. Why'd I say this? Because he played a lot of free safety in Florida State. And he was tackling the shit out of people. Like, he'd be a great free safety. I mean, he'd be a great strong safety. That don't mean he can't play corner. You know what I'm saying? So Wirfs is fine. I like Wirfs. I liked Wirfs coming out. I still think Becton better than him. I still think Will's better than him. I don't really get into PFF and their grades or whatever, but I like Wirfs. Wirfs is good. But boy, can you imagine Wirfs at guard though? Moving on. Justice then DJ. Let's wrap this up so I can take a nap and play NCAA 14. Justice, what's happening, sir?
What up, Voch?
Cool.
What up, Voch? How you doing, bro?
Coolin', my guy. What's good?
What up, dog? Like, so, I love quarterbacks for the Atlanta Falcons at 4. I love all these quarterbacks, but, like, me being a draft guy, just like, you have to do my due diligence. I have to find out, what players I like at 4. So then, obviously, it came down to, like, Penei Sewell. And a lot of Falcons fans are talking about putting Penei Sewell at like left guard because there's a hole there that we're gonna lose our guard to. And I'm like, bro, like I may be weird, but like I want to kick my right tackle off a bridge and put Penei at right tackle because like in my mind he's the perfect right tackle. Because in the league, dog, these right tackles got to be able to handle some power. They got to be bigger. They got to be heftier than left tackle.
So I don't know why Falcons fans aren't very receptive to the idea that they can draft offensive line and greatly improve the team. Like Caleb McGarry is cool, you know,
but
he ain't Penei Sewell,
replacement level.
huh?
Yeah, he ain't. He's replacement level. Like like I can I'm not replacing Caleb McGarry for like no vet or like no random vet on the side. I'm replacing him with like a generational left tackle or right tackle or whatever you want to call him.
Right.
But with me, like I just feel like Penei like would be really good at right tackle for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So like you being like the guard, like the put Penei at guard guy. Like I want to hear your personal take on him at right tackle instead of left.
I think he'll be fine at right tackle. I think he'll be I think he'll be good anywhere you put him. You know what I'm saying? As long as he develops and you know what I'm saying, get the league things right. You know what I'm saying? And that's he just gotta work on his feet. He gotta work on his hands. Like if he works on his hands and feet, he can play anywhere. I think he can play anywhere right now, honestly. I just think he'll be so much better if he got better with his hands and feet before he went out to tackle. So if you want to put him at right tackle, put him at right tackle. If you want to put him at left, put him at left. If you want to put him at guard, then bodies hit the floor. But you know, I like him everywhere.
Definitely, like the dude's a generational right tackle. Like to be honest, dog, like I'm kind of sad that they haven't like nobody's gotten to this Tevin Jenkins kid yet. I know it's February, but like this kid to me is like the third best tackle in this class, borderline first rounder. Like he built exactly like how I want my right tackle built. Like he's strong. He looks like he can take a bull rush, and like Ronnie Parker's got under him in the Oklahoma game, but that's about it.
Yeah. I think that's my next Patreon film. I got some Oklahoma State film, and I'm also looking for some Michigan for some Jalen Mayfield. So I'll be looking soon. I'll be checking out Tevin Jenkins soon, and if I like him and he's better than I don't know some of the guys we've been looking at, then we'll just move him up accordingly. And you know what? I don't mind being late. I don't mind being behind. I just discovered this damn cornerback from Kentucky, and he's my cornerback 2 already. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind being late. You know, just we'll get there.
Oh, bro, you brought up my new cat, bro. He bought it. He battling J.C. Horn from the cornerback 1 in my book.
That boy cold, ain't
it?
That boy cold, ain't
that man. Hey, yo, bro, spoiler alert, bro. He picked off Devontae Smith.
Oh man, I gotta watch it. I haven't watched Alabama, but I just keep advertising this. Go to my Patreon. I watched the film on him live, and I was blown away. I never watched a cornerback for 4 games. Cornerback is boring. That motherfucker's fun to watch. And at some point, I'm going to watch his Alabama game or whatever just to kind of see what he did versus Alabama kids. But that dude is my cornerback number 2 so far, so I got to look at him and J.C. Horn to see where they at. But he definitely better than Surtain and Farley right now.
Yeah, bro. Like, with Surtain, like, I don't hate Surtain, bro. I really do.
Sure.
I like him as a first rounder, like as a late first rounder if you have to. Mm-hmm. Farley, like I just can't get behind the wide receiver turn corner thing, bro. I've seen too many people fail at that transition in the league. Mm-hmm. Like he has all the ball skills that you could ask for him, and he has great athleticism. But when he gets to that league, he's not going to be any better than Richard Sherman. Mm. And I just can't get behind that, dog. I'd rather take me a shot at a Revis.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, man, great call. We are definitely simpatico on Kelvin Joseph. Hey, man, catch you next week, man. Call in. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Let's see. Unknown drop 5 in Super Chat. But Voch, what about Michael Onwenu? Hey, same thing. for every offensive lineman you may find day 3, it's 100 day 3 offensive linemen that don't work, but he's good too. Shouts out to him. Last call for the night. Then I'm gonna look in the chat box, see what y'all talking about. Then I'm going to go and play NCAA 14. DJ, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Voch? How you doing, brother?
Cool, my guy. What you got for the show?
Hey, man.
Oh shit. Wait, hold up, DJ. Hold up. I thought I was typing. I hit mute on accident. My bad, DJ. Now let me click here. All right, there we go. Now talk. Go ahead, DJ. What you got for the show?
All right. I was just getting back with you after watching the Kelvin Joseph with you yesterday.
Talk to me, dog. What you think about him? Go ahead.
Boy,
hey.
Listen, look, man. I'll put it this way: I've had Horns CB1 since the first time I watched him a couple months back.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like Farley, just trying to learn the position, being new to the position and everything like that, plus taking a year off.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even have a first round grade on him anymore. After watching Surtain,
oh boy,
watching Surtain, watching Horn,
yeah.
I was just like, I feel comfortable with Horn in the top 15. Surtain's athleticism, I don't ever see him being more than somebody's second corner in the league. Like, he'll be a solid corner CB2, but as far as putting him on somebody else's number 1, I don't ever feel comfortable wanting to do that. I don't feel comfortable putting him on Cooper. I don't feel comfortable putting him on Julio Jones or nobody like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't really feel comfortable putting anybody on Julio Jones, but especially not Surtain, because he's not going to get burned or double moved to death or anything like that, but he's also not going to be able to take away somebody who's on that upper echelon, where I feel like Horn has enough just dog in him to kind of take somebody away. And then that's what I saw with Joseph yesterday too, because he's got the length, he's got the speed, he's not missing anything. And honestly, what you were saying earlier about I've just had Horn CB1 for so long, honestly, I was more impressed with Joseph yesterday than I was with Horn the first time I watched him. So I still have him CB2 for me personally, but Joseph is coming in really, really strong with that. But my whole thing with it too, what I wanted to ask you was, when it comes to, because with these corners and everything, man, honestly, defense, as far as defensive players in general right now, the more and more I watch these other offensive players and things like that, I just keep bumping down these defensive players.
Sure.
And now, honestly, like, I don't see, if it was ideal draft in my situation, I don't have, like, any defensive player really going before, like, pick 17, pick 20, somewhere around there. And are you close to that, or am I just, out here in left field just because I'm new to the thing and just not seeing things right?
So top 17, the only defensive players I have in top 17, and you're right on track because there aren't any like super top tier lead dudes that you feel really good about. But in terms of top 17 or so, I'm looking at cornerback Joseph and Horn. I'm looking at no safeties, no D tackles. The 3 DNs that I like. So Phillips, Ojulari, Pay. I'll take any one of those. And as far as linebacker in the top 17, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm going like JOK. I wouldn't take Parsons, Bolton, or Collins that early. So
yeah, and see that.
One linebacker.
Yeah, go ahead, my bad.
So one linebacker, 3 ends, and what I say, 2 corners. So it's 7 defensive players altogether that I could possibly see going top 17, and none of them dudes are in the top 10. So that means all of them not going to be there from 11 to 7. Somebody's going to fall later on, but that's the only guys I can see going. So yeah, I feel you on that. I don't hate it.
Okay, cool. And another thing that I got, man, is I've been messing around with the mock drafts. I have to be honest, man. I just kind of caught it to play it like a video game. I play it more than I play Madden now. So I've been messing around with these mock drafts, and it actually hit me with an interesting question that I wanted to hit you with. I don't see it as realistic, but let's say the Jags traded or wanted to trade up to 10, but they were offering 25 and 33. Is it worth going all the way down to 25 if you're getting both 25 and 33? back to back like that?
It's always
or
worth
it.
Just
not, I mean,
trade is always worth it. Of course it is. Now, if they give us so you say what 25 and 33?
Yeah, they're giving up their second in the first, and then of course the first pick in the second round.
That's not enough by itself. So they'll have to give up they'll have to switch first round picks from 23 to 10. They'll have to give up a second and a fourth maybe, but I'll take that. Because what that gives me the ability to do, I can pick at 25, 33, you say?
Yeah.
So 25, 33, and 44. It's about to be lit. and I got 2/3. It's about to be lit. I'm about to get my damn one tech. I'm about to get my safety. Best player, whatever I didn't get at 20, whatever. I can get any of them. Man, please. I'll take that. Chat box, would y'all take that if the Jaguars traded 25 25, 33, and a fourth round pick for 10? Would y'all do it? I'll do that. I'll take that every day.
Not just that. I mean, they've had that one, and then the Jets doing 23 and 34. I mean, there's a couple different ways they can slice it, but I was just I don't see somebody wanting, I know, Kyle Pitts is nice, but I don't see, because that's who they were trading up for, right? I know Kyle Pitts is nice, but I don't think he's that nice that you're giving up all that. That's just too much capital on my end. But that's what they offered. I was like, man, I'll take that in a heartbeat. But I was like, hold on, let me, because I started thinking about it, and it just made me take a step back, and I'm like, man, if somebody's offering that up, then all day. But that also brought into question, and, since we're down this rabbit hole, and I got you, I'll let you get, take a nap and play NC-Dub, whatever you're about to do. But when it comes to, let's say you do trade back, and then everybody that you like is gone. Let's say you trade back into the mid-20s, somewhere in there. Would you take, a Richie Grant or somebody like that, knowing that he's not going to be there next time you come around at 44? I know it's not a Cowboys show, but I'm a Cowboys fan, so that's
it's draft.
So their next pick's at 44.
Yeah. The way I look at it, First of all, it depends who's on the board at 10. And I don't foresee, if I had to pick between Rashawn Slater and that haul that you just gave me, right? So 25 and 33. Mm-hmm. So that's Rashawn Slater and, let's say, Ojulari and Richie Grant. Which one would I take? Mm-hmm. I take Ojulari and Richie Grant in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's sick of D-Law. At some points, D-Law not going to be here. So I say pay Randy because he's a little bit younger, I guess. So now you got so your future looking like Ojulari and Randy Gregory for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? In my mind.
Yeah.
In my mind, and then I saw somebody say that that late first round is no value or whatever. This draft, you simply can't look at value like you look at other drafts because it's not going to be built the same. Because the player that you take at 10, you may not like neither. You know what I'm saying? So if the guy that you can get at 10 is on the same level as the what? What?
You've been ignoring it for 2 hours, man. That's what's going on.
If the guy that you can get at 10 is the same level of dude that you can get at 25, then just get that extra pick and haul up on your team. Because in my mind, if we just talking about Cowboys right now, ain't no superstar you going to get at 10. If your boards run out and Micah Parsons up there and the Jets wanted to move up to get Parsons or whatever, I take Parsons. Yes, give me them 2 picks and you go get Parsons, player. If it's watch this, my guy. We just had this conversation, DJ. What if they wanted to come up to get Surtain, but I can get Kelvin Joseph at 25? Good luck to you.
All day.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. You know what I'm saying? So it just doesn't
immediately.
It just doesn't look great. It doesn't look great for 2 reasons. You going from 10th overall to 25 overall, and it doesn't look great because people don't value 4th round picks. If you're a Packers fan, maybe you shouldn't value a 4th round pick. But a 4th round pick in Dallas is Tyler Biadasz, you know what I'm saying? Or a 4th round pick,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Or like a starting corner that may not be a top tier corner, but there's somebody that can come in and like play for you for a couple of years or whatever. That's what a 4th round pick is in Dallas. What I said earlier,
according to Dalton and them, I mean, you can get Marvin Wilson in the 4th, so why not?
You can get Tyler Shelvin in the 4th round. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So and the whole value thing is not like we're missing out on Joey Bosa's or nothing, or like a DeForest Buckner or something. You know what I mean? Like you trading away from Caleb Farley to possibly get a J.C. Horn or a Kelvin Joseph or a Jeremiah Wosu-Koromora. If you look at these mock drafts, the later the draft goes, the more I like the players. I like the players in the back half of the first round more than the first round. So I take that trade every day, 100%. What?
Go.
Let me come level on you. What you want? So yeah, come here. I got my cat, y'all. She wanted to say hello. Here's the little noise ball that's been screaming at y'all. You got something else?
Well, hey, Miss Evie. Nah, man. That was all I had. That's all I had. Appreciate it once again. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. Just keep doing what you're doing.
All right, my guy. Appreciate you. Salute. Everybody, this is now your time. We're going to take our attention and move it into the chat box. For whatever reason, you may not have been able to call in. Let me hang up on DJ. DJ wanted to hang around and just and listen to me talk to the chat box. We're gonna hang up on you. There you go. For whatever reason, you fell off on accident. I'm sorry. Come on. For whatever reason, you didn't get a chance to call into the show. You may have talked up all your anytime minutes anytime. You may be in a foreign country and it's 3:00 in the morning and you can't wake up the person that you laying next to while you listening to me. Or you may be at work or something. Some of y'all like to call in while y'all at work and risk getting fired, but some of y'all don't want to call in at work. I understand that. Whatever reason you couldn't call into the show, but you wanted to ask a question and communicate with the show, it is now your time to communicate with the chat box. Chat box, what's happening? What you want? I'm talking to that like that's me talk that's me talking to the chat box. I'm asking the chat box what y'all want. Voch, how do you feel about Panay's kick step and pass set? It can be better. I think it can definitely be better. I think he has the ability to have a good kick set, pass set. He has quick feet. You know what I'm saying? Panay Sewell has quick feet. It's just knowing when to pick him up and when to put him back down. He got fast hands and powerful hands, but if you miss with him, it don't mean nothing, you know? So he just got to clean up some of the things that's going on with his hands or clean up some of the problems that he's having with his feet. But that's why I say put him at guard year one, but, you know. Would you draft Pitts at 10? No. JOK, Farley, or Horn at 10? Horn. I would take Horn at 10. Of that group, I would take Horn at 10. Take care of draft time. Stay safe, bro. Uncle Charlie. Appreciate you, Uncle. Voch Lombardi. Vach. What you think of Darren Hall coming out of San Diego State? Too soon for me, player. Too soon for me. That sounds like somebody I will probably stumble across in March, but I'm going to get to him. Allegedly, I may not get to him. I'll be acting like I'm going to get to these people. Like, I can't promise I'm going to get to everybody. Depends. Farley not playing this year is a turnoff for me. It's a turnoff. If we trade down, would you rather Horn or Joseph? Best player. The best player. I got till April to figure this out. So as of now, J.C. Horn is my cornerback 1. Joseph is my cornerback 2, so it'll be Horn. I'll take both. 100%. How wide is the gap between Wilson and Fields? I really think really highly of Wilson. I think Fields is pretty cool. So I think it's a pretty good gap. I mean, Wilson is quarterback number 1. Fields is like quarterback 3 or 4 or 5. Let me continue to watch film and I'll let you know. Voch, if you could take away any Miami draft picks, which one would it be? I would take 3rd overall pick. That's a premium. That's a premium quarterback pick. Then right brick on my brick, trade back to get more picks. That's what I would do. Would you trade up a spot for Slater? No. I need all my picks, even my day 3 picks. I need them all. And then like moving up, hairy ass gal. And then like moving up in day 3. Moving up in the top 10. Like even if it's moving from number 10 to number 9, like you're gonna have to give up like a third or something. And I need all of my day 2 picks. So nah. How good is Devontae Smith? Wide receiver 1, in my opinion. He's not just media hype. I don't know if you watch centers yet, Voch. Do you think one will go round 1? I thought Landon could be that guy, but he got hurt. I still think Landon should be that guy. But, you know, I don't think Creed goes first. I don't think my Grambling guy goes first. I don't think Quinn Miners goes first. And, of course, I got to watch a lot more centers, but I don't think so. What's your thoughts on Owe and where does he rank among the edge guys? Owe is another ball of clay dude, right? He has physical traits, but he just kind of got to put it together. So after he puts it together, we'll talk about it. But I don't know. Day 2 guy somewhere. Do you have a favorite at 10? Rashawn Slater. Or who would you want us to trade back for? I don't think teams trade back. I think other teams just trade up, you know. I don't think if I'm Dallas I could pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, can y'all give me picks so you can come draft at this spot that I don't want to draft at?" That's not how it works. What happens is other teams call you and be like, "We want to draft in that spot. Here are these picks." So the whole notion of trading back isn't really in you know, is not a concrete idea to me. It's more so other teams trade up. In my mind, that's how it works. In my mind. What is Jalen Waddle better than Devontae Smith at? Explosion. Explosive big plays. Voch, I would love it if you'd add Warren Jackson to your watch list. Most people brand him as just a height college guy, but I think he's a little more than that. Super fluid at 6'6". I'll watch him at some point. What school he go to, and what position he play. I'll get there. I get to a lot. Look, let me tell you something. Like last year, I watched like 250 people or something. I think probably a little more than that. I don't remember, but I was hitting these picks like well into day 3. I was hitting them. So I'll get to them at some point. It's just I take things slowly, you know. In the first month, we're going to focus on the big names. In the second month, which is now, we're going to focus on like the day 2 guys. So second round, third round guys. When we get to March, we're going to try to do as much day 3 as we can. And when we get to April, we're going to clean up. I can really identify like a day 3 player. I can super identify them when I'm watching film on them. I know exactly who they are, or just I can figure out a player in a handful of plays when I'm watching on that. Levon Wuzarike would be an excellent sleeper at 44. Give me my safety. Do you own a blow dart? I can't confirm or deny if I own a blow dart. I'd love for us to trade back from 10 and get another second and another third. Possibly picks next year. I mean, shit, who you want? Who you trying to trade back with? The Buccaneers? Damn it, shit. What you want, the Bucks to move up to 10? Jesus. You want a second, a third, and another first? What you? We're not at 4th overall. What makes a day 3 player? If I'm trying to count so I can be appropriate for you. If like 90-something dudes are better than him. If there's 90-something players better than you, you're a day 3 guy. That's what makes you that's what makes you a day 3 guy. Phones locked. Best zone corners in round 3 or 4. It's February. I want us to have all the picks. I feel you. Likewise. Mula Day 247. What? Huh? What? Moolah Air Day 247. How would you feel if we draft Mac Jones at 10th in your mind? I wouldn't like it very much. But you know that. That's why you put the little laugh emoji. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like it very much if we drafted Mac Jones at 10, but appreciate your super chat, sir. Should the Browns go after Von Miller? Sure. If you need Von Miller, go get Von Miller. Osa Odigizua, he went to the Senior Bowl and he ran down the middle of people. He wasn't very good at it. So I guess I'll have to watch some more film on Odigizua, little brother. Warren Jackson, Colorado State. I'll get to him. I get to everybody. What? I'm on the phone. Yeah. No, TJ, I'm not taking any more calls. I've taken calls for a long time, like 2 hours. That's what I'm afraid of is if we lose Dak, then we would end up going for Matt. Well, if we lose Dak, then we'll be terrible next year. Then we'll just draft a quarterback next year. So I don't know. Or we find a veteran. I wouldn't want us to lose Dak. We should lose Dak. Voch, where would you draft Barmore? I don't know. Late first, early second, somewhere in there. Somewhere. And it's not where I would draft Barmore. It's like where would I feel comfortable with my team drafting him? Because if you ask me to draft Barmore, I mean, I'm trying to move and shake a little bit. I don't even know. I'm trying to get my safety, dog. I'm trying to get Richie Grant, bro. What's your favorite position groups this year? Edge and offensive line. Offensive line every year. Edge and O-line. Shaq said he didn't get the notification. Hey, man, hit the rewind, click back, play it again. Pitts have a different style than Waller. Maybe. Waller's Georgia Tech film was kind of weird to look at. I don't know. I might not even watch tight ends this year. I may not watch fullback. I've watched Kyle Pitts, but besides, I just watch him because he's like one of the top dudes. I may not watch Kyle Pitts I may not watch no other tight ends this year. I don't like tight ends. Where would you draft Jabril Cox? I think somewhere in day 3 is fair. What do you think of Alex Leatherwood? I think he's too big to play like Jonah Williams. I wish he played a little bigger. Because he's really big, but he doesn't play that big. But he's cool. He's fine. Shouts out to the young Special K, bro. Uncle Charles. Shouts out to you, Special K. Voch Lombardi. Pitts is a generational talent. I don't think he is. Players with his talent don't come around every year. Go get him. He's a receiver playing tight end. We get good receivers every year. We got good receivers this year. We had good receivers last year. Like, what's generational about Kyle Pitts? You know who else y'all was saying was generational? We got to have another conversation, too. Generational players should come around every generation. We was just calling Hawkinson and Noah Fant generational. I wasn't. But people was just calling Hawkinson and Noah Fant generational players. We just can't call all good players generational players. Can't do it. You know who a generational player was? Adrian Peterson was a generational player. Even the best players around him wasn't Adrian Peterson. That's a generational player. Pat Mahomes is a generational player. Zeke, Saquon, and Christian McCaffrey are not generational players. They all in the same generation. It's multiples of them. His multiples of them. They all in the same group. They're not generational. What else? Recently. Myles Garrett is relatively generational because of his talent, but you got Chase Young a couple of drafts right after him, so. Jeff Okudah is not a generational corner. I don't know. I just don't throw around generational like that. I don't want nothing that involves trading away Michael Gallup. Nothing. I don't think Chase Young is a generational prospect. A couple of years before Chase Young, there was a Myles Garrett. They too close within each other. You need something else that's going to differentiate the two. Chase Young is really good, though. Revis is probably a generational player. Probably. Ramsey being a generation after Revis, I would say he's a generation. Sure. Ramsey, possibly. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. I think maybe. Sure. Whatever. Possibly. Bo Jackson is a generational player. It took like 20 years to find another one of them dudes. Yeah. Calvin Johnson is a generational. You see what I'm saying? I just don't want to put everybody in generational talk like that. Because we end up calling people generational every 2 years. And that's not a generation. You got to wait a generation to be a generational player. In my mind. Aaron Donald? Yep. Ain't a lot of three techs like him. What? Is Aaron Donald a generational player? I know. I agree. Luke Kuechly, I wouldn't call him generational because he's really close to like Pat Willis and I think he played the same time Ray Lewis played. He's a generation after Ray Lewis, sure. He's really a generation after Pat Willis too. He's in there with Bobby Wagner. I don't know. I wouldn't call Luke generational. Luke is a really smart player. Luke is one of the smartest players we've seen, but generational, I don't know. Delete your Jamal Adams comment, please. I think prerequisite for generational players, you got to be the best player in your current year. Then we got to consider you generational. I think that's the first start. Is Jamal Adams the best safety out right now? Come on, son. Ed Reed is we still trying to catch up to Ed Reed. We still trying to catch up to Ed Reed, man. 100%. It ain't been an Ed Reed since Ed Reed. 100%. J.J. Watt is a generational player off the field. I mean, they have a Walter Payton Man of the Year every year. You know what I'm saying? With 32 candidates. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. Luke was a rare football IQ mind. Not many linebackers understood the game like he did. You want to know somebody that understood the game on the level that Luke Kuechly did? Sean Lee. Is Sean Lee a generational player? That's the smartest football player I've ever seen. Or I've seen recently. Is Sean Lee a generational player? Just off IQ alone? Luke Kuechly not neither. If Luke Kuechly ran a 4.3, we in business. You on to something. If Luke Kuechly ran a 4.340, you on to something. But he don't. He don't. Quentin Nelson. I like Quentin Nelson a lot. Generational? I don't know. Larry Fitzgerald? Nope. Love Fitzgerald though. Love Larry Fitzgerald. I just think he's gonna fall into that category of guys that was like really, really good. But when you put him up against the others, he'll just end up down the list a little bit, you know. But I love Fitzgerald. I really, really like Fitzgerald. He's compiled his stats and all that, sure. But when you start talking about like Megatron, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, I don't put Fitzgerald up there with them. But I like Fitzgerald. Larry Allen might dead ass be the best offensive lineman of all time. So, yeah. I don't consider Gronk a generational player because he exists in a generation with Travis Kelce and George Kittle. Gronk just like been to all the Super Bowls with time and shit, but I don't consider Gronk generational. Gronk's really, really good though. Gronk's one of the best players in the league. I don't know. I just go a little harder on. Are we just gonna go down a list of who's generational and who's not? Like, is that what we gonna like? Is that what we gonna do for the next 5? Like, we don't have no more questions. we ain't got no more questions. We good. We straight. We straight. Tom Brady's a really good player. He's compiled his accomplishments. I give him that. Larry Fitzgerald is a Hall of Famer. Larry Fitzgerald has compiled plenty of stats in his long career. I don't think Larry Fitzgerald is a generational player. He's a really good player. He's a really good player. But if y'all ain't got nothing else, I mean, I can just go play NCAA if y'all ain't got nothing. Hold on, I got about 950 more names. All right, y'all, appreciate it. Hey, this was fun. Salute to everybody that tuned in. Like I said, if you want to go see the if you want to see the Kelvin Joseph film session, is on my Patreon. Go over there, check that out. I got 4 games on them. And I appreciate y'all. Shaq the Vikings fan says Voch is a generational scout. Appreciate you, sir. And besides that, I mean, I'll holler at y'all next time, man. It's the weekend. It's about to be 12 degrees in Texas and shit. So I got to run water to make sure pipes don't freeze and shit. And yeah, man, I'll just catch y'all next time, man. We'll probably do some content moving on. I ain't got Yahoo Monday, so I might do some content on Monday. We'll see. How can we pull off Slater and Joseph? Slater at 10, Joseph at